All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back updates and information as City Hot. In case it's your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news is dropping, you will be the first to collect it. Let's go down to the news proper as City Hot. You don't share for the Obodo for Imo State, the governor of Imo State. Hope Uzodinma Uzondenjo has declared 72 hours clampdown on all bus Imo commercial buses. So if you dey drive bus Imo for that empire of Imo State, make you just dey careful. No say your governor don declare 72 hours clampdown on bus Imo. But according to him, he said that those ones clamped down have been declared on are the ones that have tinted glass. So if you are driving a commercial bus and your bus have tinted glass, now if you say you don't enter into the hand of the government, so as people they bamboozle and question, they ask some governor why. He said it's because he said he explained that the 72-hour clampdown on tinted commercial buses was due to their use in criminal activities such as kidnapping and armed robbery. In a statement released through his chief press secretary, Oguwike Nwachukwu, the governor said the decision followed intelligence report on the operation of criminal syndicates using these vehicles. The directive issued on Wednesday night give all commercial bus drivers in the state 72 hours to remove tinted windows or face legal consequences. According to the statement, Governor Hope Uzodinma has approved the clampdown on all tinted vehicles used for commercial activities in the state following reports of their involvement in criminal acts. Most notably, commercial buses with tinted glasses have been linked to crimes such as kidnapping, armed robbery, and hit and run incidents. To curb the rising crime, Uzodinma directed security agencies to work with designated government officials to enforce the directive. Defaulters will be prosecuted if they fail to comply within the 3-day grace period. Alright, 72 hours is 3 days. So if you dey for Owerri, they drive commercial bus. If you dey for Imo State, they drive commercial bus. And na tinted glass now you dey use. Now if you say your name now if you say you don't enter fire be that too, and they go fry you like crayfish be that. Alright. I say make I commend the governor on that one. Because if person do the one way good, we go commend them all. If you do the one way bad, we go still talk about you. Recently, there has been a lot of things in Imo State, a lot of things happening in Imo State, a lot of issue of Ndin kidnap and the rest of them. We have issue of a young boy who testified how he entered even not only commercial buses now, even some private cars are even doing it. There is a boy that testified how someone wanted to give him work. Or you know, these man people. Of course, if you are from this side, you know what is Obomman. Obomman are those liberal workers that usually stand along the road. They have mason among them. They have carpenter. They have iron bender. They have all manner of work for when it comes to building. So people usually come and pick them up to go and work for them. And most times you see them rushing when they see a car stopping. So according to one of the boys, he said that one of those one man like that contacted him to come and work for him, and unknowingly for him, they were kidnappers. And when he entered their vehicle, they placed a red hanky on his nose. It happened that he slept off until he saw himself in an unknown place. But fortunately for him, one of the kidnappers had mercy on him and found way to release him. And that was how he was able to escape and started telling the story to others. All right, Mazen Kanu warns against manipulating opinion ahead of his April trial. Let's go down to that information. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazen Kanu, has warned the federal government of Nigeria against manipulating public opinion ahead of his alleged terrorism trial on April 29th, 2025. Kanu, currently in the custody of the Department of State Security Service, is being tried over alleged terrorism. He was renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria in 2021 in a manner alleged to have violated international laws and conventions. Kanu had traveled to Kenya as a British citizen. Kanu's warning was announced via the X of his special counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, which was made available to the Whistler on Thursday. Entitled Update on Nnamdi Kanu's case, Kanu said the alleged detention was the latest effort to deflect attention from global campaigns for his release. Quoting Ejimako, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu met with his legal team to address the Nigerian government's alleged attempt to manipulate public opinion ahead of his trial on April 29, 2025. Onyendu MNK highlighted concerns over deliberate efforts to falsely link the indigenous people of Biafra to fabricate raids in Imo and Anambra, describing this as a state-sponsored tactics to deflect attention from global campaigns for his release. In response, Kanu has instructed his lawyer to formally engage the United States and the European Union to conduct an imperial investigation into the wave of state-sponsored insecurity in Southeast Nigeria. We remain committed to truth and justice. Alright, this one is coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer as his court appearance approaches that is supposed to take place on the month of April 29th, which is this month. And Kanu has warned that the government should not manipulate the public opinion, thereby linking him to some of the linking IPOB to some of the insecurities that have been ravaging the state. Of course, you know that recently there has been a lot of issue of insecurity as regards the state. There has been a lot of buying, there has been a lot of burning of houses, committing arson, and the rest of them. And the government is not making any move to stop this thing anytime soon. The other time, the director of ESS said that everybody should protect themselves. And I was wondering, how can people protect themselves? What arm or ammunition do they have to be able to protect themselves? And I'm still worried about that. All right, in other information, remember that as it is now, PDP candidates, PDP party members have been defecting to APC. And I was wondering, is this because of upcoming election of 2027? You can see that Nigeria has no balance again. Before, we have PDP and APC. They were the top party, and we have other parties like NMPP. We have the Labour Party, which came up recently. We have other parties like the Action Congress and the rest of them. But as it is, PDP, who happens to be one of the bourgeois when it comes to the Nigeria political sphere, all of them are now defecting to APC. You can see that this country is not the country you can bank on, because everybody is fighting for their pocket. If all the PDP members should be would have the mind to leave their party, a party they pledged allegiance to, a party they pledged allegiance to uphold its manifesto, and as it is now, all of them have defected. They are now moving to APC. Even the president recently, gave order that the defection should pause. There should be pause on the defection because it's looking as if that APC has now taken over Nigeria. All the states, all the 36 states, each and every one of them are defecting to APC. Even those who entered into office with PDP ticket or entered into office with another party's ticket, all of them are now defecting to become the members of APC. But we know that man no be God, man no be God, man no be God. We have seen Chukwu Kabiama, we have seen God Almighty reason most times for the cases that concerns Nigeria, and as it is, since these people have decided to treat this nation and its citizens this way, thereby having no one to defend them, doesn't sleep. They are always there to find fault. They are always there to make sure that they tarnish the image of Umuchukwu. But Chukwu Okike Abiama will not allow them. Meanwhile, let me read out that news for you. It's just for reading sake so that you can see
what the enemy of Umuchukwu is planning for them. Meanwhile, on the same said date that they say that Simon Ekpa is supposed to be extradited, which is July 15th, 2025, he is scheduled for a court appearance also in Pijat, Finland, like T, so that you know that these people are just peddling lie about Chineke Chukwu Goziri Agozi. Let's go down to that information. The Finnish authorities have approved the extradition of Simon Ekpa, a controversial Finnish Nigerian separatist agitator, to Nigeria. The transfer is scheduled for July 15, 2025, following a ruling by the Pijat Hami District Court in Laiti on April 18, 2025. Ekpa, who refers to himself as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, has been at the center of escalating separatist rhetoric targeting Nigeria's Southeastern region, contrary to persistent claims in Nigerian media and some official quarters. Ekpa is not affiliated with the Indigenous People of Biafra (IPOB), a group that has repeatedly disowned him. We don't understand why the Nigerian government and media continue to tag him as a leader of a faction of IPOB. That is pure misinformation and deceptive, an IPOB spokesperson stated. Simon Ekpa runs his own network. Even in this news, they accuse Simon of being a kidnapper. They also accuse him of being criminals. All right. Now that Simon is no more in the picture, that he has been arrested by the Finnish government for some interrogation and questioning. The question is, what is now happening in the southeastern part of Nigeria? Who is involved? Who is the one carrying out the act? What happened in also the other time? Who is involved? Who is the one carrying it out? And also, what also is happening in Plateau State today? Who is involved? Who is the one carrying it out? And is this still this same Simon Ekpa that is this still this same Simon Ekpa that is in detention, that is still carrying out the act that is currently going on? One thing is that the evil people in this country does not like good things. The reason why they don't like good things is that they want the citizens to still remain in their bondage of corruption, in their bondage of poverty, in their bondage of destruction, in their bondage of keeping the poor masses to make them suffer. So they don't like people like Ekpa, who wants to liberate their people, who wants to bring light to shine, who wants to cause light to shine among the people. So when they see people like this, they tend to quench their light by all means. All right, there is this information, this troll going on social media, that as Pope Francis has passed away, that is supposed to be Cardinal Arinze, a Nigerian, an Iwo son that is supposed to become the next Pope because he is the next in line. But the question is, people who are peddling this information, can an African man become a Pope in Rome? Of course, you know that most of the popes that we have had so far, they are all Roman citizens. The question is, can an African man become a pope in Rome? And also, why should people be dabbling in what matters that concerns religion? The Catholic people have set their church the way they want it to be running, and they know what they are doing. They know how they want their popery stuff to be. So whether it is Cardinal Arinze or the new pope, the new man they are bringing on the picture that is supposed to succeed the late Pope Francis. They are the one who knows. I believe that the Catholic Church is a well-organized church. Let's go down to that information. Now, the Vatican is presenting someone named who is Cardinal Kevin Farrell, the acting head of the Vatican. When the world learned of Pope Francis' death on Monday morning, an Irish-American cardinal, little known in the wider world, was the one to break the news. After announcing that the Pope had returned to the home of the father, Irish-American Cardinal Kevin Farrell took on one of his biggest roles yet, the camelengo, or the person who runs the Vatican after the death of a resignation of a pope. Pope Francis nominated the cardinal for the role in 2019. The cardinal will remain in the position during the apostolical sedis vacans, the period between the death or resignation of a pope until the election of the next pontiff. He also will play an important role in the centuries-old ceremonies to mourn Pope Francis. Born in 1947 in Dublin, Farrell attended the University of Salamanca in Spain and the Pontifical Georgian University in Rome, according to the Vatican. He held roles in churches around the world, serving as a chaplain at the University of Monterrey in Mexico, as well as a parish in Bethesda, Maryland. All told, the 77-year-old spent more than 30 years working for churches in the US. Farrell was appointed Bishop of Dallas in 2007 until Pope Francis asked him in 2016 to serve as the leader of the Vatican's new department responsible for the pastoral care of families, raising him to the rank of cardinal. Years after naming him as Camelengo, in 2023, Francis chose Farrell as president of the Supreme Court of Vatican City-State. He was also named president of the Commission for Confidential Matters. As Camelengo, Cardinal Farrell will be tasked with making arrangements for the conclave, the process through which the next pontiff is selected. Technically, a Camelengo can become pope, as has happened twice in history. Giugiacchino Pesi, Pope Leo XIII in 1878, and Eugenio Peselli, Pope Pius XII in 1939. The cardinal also will preside over the certification of Francis' death
and decide to join the people there. Are you joining the army that the future of your children are not secured, even your future is not secured, that when you die, nobody remembers you as a hero? These are part of the things when the government is calling on Southeastern youth to come and join the army. Southeastern youth are youths with promising future. They are hustlers. They want to become something for themselves. So calling them to join the army, that is not like the army in the United States, that when you join, your future and the future of your children are guaranteed, and you are calling them to come and join, my brother, it is a Herculean task. And nobody would want to go there and waste their life, even though they have, named a lot of consequences of Southeastern youth not being part of the army and the rest of them. Yes, all these things are known about, but people are securing their future first. Alright, scores injured in Gombe. Scores also killed in auto crash on Easter Monday. At least 20 people, mostly children and youths, lost their lives in a tragic road accident that occurred on Easter Monday in Biliri, the headquarters of Biliri local government area in Gombe State. This one happened in Gombe yesterday, and that is why we are begging commuters, please take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Because Nebonyo Soru onye ije ga-erukwa. You don't set Some operatives of Agune Chamber are armed robbers, kidnappers, Sorudo security aid. Oh, say Tiela. The information dropping for our table be say some of the operatives of Agune Chamber security unit, some of them are members of robbers, some of them are also kidnappers. Soludo security aid is the one revealing this thing, that this is what is currently happening. It's not about giving people guns. It's about proper training. It's about proper scrutiny. It's about making sure that these people are doing what you send them to do. Let's go down to that information. The special advisor to Governor Chukwuma Soludo on community security, Chief Ken Emekai, has lamented the alleged infiltration of criminally minded people into the state's newly established Agone Chamber security outfit. Reacting to reports that some operatives of the Agone Chamber are now extorting people using guns, Emeka said that every member of the outfit will be properly verified to fish out the bad ones in the system. He also warned about the improper conduct of some of the operatives who act as if they were above the law, adding that a situation whereby they extort people they are expected to protect is unacceptable. He said the reason the governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, established Agone Chamber and Operation Udogachi is to drive away criminals in the state. It is not for the operative to start tormenting people they are expected to protect. We have found out that some of the people who, as Agone Chamber during the day, became kidnappers and armed robbers at night. Some of the operatives claim they have not been paid, and that is because they have refused to present themselves for verification as required by law. They have been dodging from this verification exercise since January. Those who want to be paid should go for profiling to enable us know if they are actually members of Agone Chamber and to ensure that they do not have questionable character. Very soon, anybody who claims to be a security operative in any community in Anambra State without subjecting himself to the profiling process will be treated like a criminal because such a person has something to hide. The Anambra State Homeland Security Law is very clear on the issue of knowing where every gun in the state is at any point in time and those keeping them. All right. Matter don't change hand. You inaugurated security outfit and you are not feeding them. You are not paying them salary. What do you expect from such a people? It is not about giving the monkey a cup. It is about taking the cup from the monkey. All right. The Catholic Church mourns the demise of the famous Pope Francis. Former governor of Anambra State have mourned the demise of Pope Francis. When news broke of the passing of His Holiness Pope Francis, the world paused in reverence, mourning a man whose papacy redefined the essence of humility, love, and inclusion in the Catholic Church. Among those most deeply touched was His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano, former governor of Anambra State and a knight commander of the Pontifical Order of St. Gregory the Great, who offered a heartfelt tribute rooted not just in faith but in personal experience. For Chief Obiano and his family, Pope Francis was not merely a distant religious leader seen through Vatican windows or a papal broadcast. He was a man they had encountered up close, a figure of immense spiritual stature, who remains astonishingly grounded in his humility. It was on January 15, 2020, at the Vatican that Chief Obiano was invested with the papal knighthood of the commander of the Pontifical Order of St. Gregory the Great, KCSG, one of the highest honor of the Catholic Church bestowed on laypersons. The recommendation came from Most Reverend Valerian Okeke, Archbishop and Metropolitan See of the Ecclesiastical Province of Onitsha, through the Vatican Secretary of State, in recognition of Obiano's service to the Church of God from childhood. The honor approved by Pope Francis himself places Chief Obiano among a distinguished cadre of Catholic globally who have offered exemplary service to the Church, the community, and humanity at large. All right, I say may the soul of the Pope rest in perfect peace, and we pray also that he will find place in the bosom of the Lord. All right, pro-Fubara supporters protest demand reinstatement. This one is happening in Rivers State as people who Fubara supporters are protesting that he should be reinstated into office. Of course, you know that as it is, that protest is not valid, as the president of the Federation of the Obodo of Nigeria has given his order stating that the caretaker, the administrator, will be there for 6 months before any other thing will be done as it is. All right, of course, you and I know that based on the president's decision, partial day there, of course, everybody will not talk about it. But be that as it may, we thank the Chukwuka Kabem. As it is, NNPC has given information that fuel price will be reduced to 880 naira in Lagos and 935 naira per litre in Abuja. I wonder why the differences in location. Are we not, is the people not one? All right, this is where I'll be winding down the curtain. Thank you for listening. God bless you.